Now before we get started today, we've only gone and bloody done it, 200,000 subscribers. I remember way back when we were buzzing with 100, then 1,000. 100k was an absolute dream, so to double that's amazing. Cheers for all the incredible support over the last couple of years, or however long it's been. We'll see you when we hit 1 million. The 2018 World Cup is a distant memory, with France breezing past Croatia in the final. After the tournament's conclusion, we posted our surprise Stars 11, full of players who really shocked us with their performances in Russia. Well, today we're going to look at that team and see what happened next. In goal was Olsen. The goalkeeper was an impressive figure in between the sticks for Sweden, helping them reach the quarter-finals before being knocked out by the mighty England. At the time, Olsen was a Copenhagen player, but was remarkably linked with the move to Barcelona where he'd act as backup. Well, he isn't living it up in Spain with Messi and the boys, but he did get a big move, joining Roma where he's replaced Olsen to be the club's number 1. Next up is Benjamin Pavard. The curly-haired Frenchman is now known around the world for a stunning goal against Argentina in the knockout stages, and he headed back to Germany with the World Cup winners' medal. Well, things aren't going great for Pavard. He's in a relegation battle with Stuttgart, but he does have something to look forward to. In January it was confirmed that he will join Bayern Munich in the summer for £31 million. But will he join them on the back of a relegation? Our second centre-back was Harry Maguire. Slabhead was a Three Lions hero, proving to be a giant at the back and an absolute nightmare to deal with on corners. That nearly resulted in a mega money move to Manchester United, but Maguire is still at Leicester, maybe not hitting the heights he did in the summer with the Foxes just and Claude Puel for poor performances. However, Maguire has scored 3 times this season, proving he still has the magic touch that he did in Russia. Next up is Domagoj Vida. The lad with the really awful hair for Croatia, Domagoj Vida was a titan at the back, with his partnership with Dejan Lovren, one of the world's best, guiding Croatia at their first ever major final. While they didn't win, everyone thought that Vida would get a big money move to the Premier League for his performances at the World Cup. But for all the paper talk, Vida is still with Besiktas, sitting third in the Turkish league, already out of the title race unfortunately. On the right is Kieran Trippier. If you scroll through your Twitter feed right now, it probably won't take you long to find a gif of Trippier scoring that free kick against Croatia. What a time to be alive it was. In fact, put his name into Twitter now and you'll see all that's missing from this weather is a Trippier free kick and about 100 quid's worth of pints going up in the air. Back at Tottenham though, and sadly things aren't going too well for Trippier, who's suffering a bit of a World Cup hangover. In the middle is Jordan Henderson. Christ, you can tell I was feeling patriotic during this video, it was bloody coming home. The midfielder was another important player for Gareth Southgate, barking the orders while Harry Kane let his actions do the talking. Hendo was eased back into things by Jurgen Klopp and has put in the odd performance reminiscent of his World Cup exploits. Come May, there's a very good chance that Jordan Henderson will be lifting the Premier League title. I'm really not sure how I feel about that. He's alongside Peter Atiba. Well, first things first, Atiba wasn't known as Peter at the World Cup, it was Ogunakaro. The midfielder did well for Nigeria, really impressing with his energy and ability on the ball. So Stoke fans were buzzing with the fact they'd already agreed a deal to sign him from Firenze. By the sounds of things, Atiba was impressing in a poor Stoke City side, who won't be returning to the Premier League at the first time of asking. Poor Pete. On the left was Denis Cheryshev. I was certain that one team was going to spend a stupid amount of money on Denis Cheryshev after his World Cup performances, scoring a plethora of stunning goals as Russia reached the quarter-finals. But instead the winger went on loan to Valencia, where his performance has been a bit of a mixed bag, getting on the score sheet recently against Celtic. Regardless, reports state that Valencia are willing to sign Cheryshev permanently in the summer. Next up is Fernando Quintero. The Colombian signed for Porto in 2013 and looked like a player who was set to take Europe by storm, but by the time he showed up at the 2018 World Cup, most people were thinking, I'm sure I recognise that name from somewhere. The attacking midfielder dazzled for Colombia and Russia with his nimble footwork and creativity. There was talk of a big move after the tournament, but Quintero remained in Argentina, signing with River Plate permanently where he now has a €22 million buyout clause. Considering the quality of the goal he recently scored for the club, that's a bit of a bargain. Up top is Ante Rebic. The Croatian scored one of the goals of the tournament that was overshadowed by a Willy Caballero mistake, proving to be a nightmare for defenders with his direct approach. Big clubs were interested in signing Rebic from Frankfurt, but he stayed loyal, signing a new contract with the German side, and he's part of an exciting front three alongside Sebastian Haller and Luka Jovic. Frankfurt are doing well, competing for a place in next season's Champions League. And finally, Artem Zuber. The big Russian forward was a super sub at the World Cup, with his strong and bundly approach getting him 3 goals. After the tournament, Zuber was named the Russian captain, and he's still playing his club football there, recently helping Zenit St. Petersburg to the next round of the Europa League alongside the new signing Iranian Messi Sardar Azmoun. Zuber is also one of the top scorers in the Russian Premier League with a whopping 6 goals. What a World Cup hero. So that's what happened next to our World Cup Surprise Stars 11. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.